Where's the flag? Would you guys still listen if this was like darkness, complete darkness? Anyways, oh my god, why did it zoom in like that? Stop. Stop. Check, check. Alright, let's see how this goes. Welcome, whoever might be watching. This is Shabby Lou Sounds. Shabby Lou, Shabby Lou, Shabby Lou. Shabby Lou Sounds. Shabby Lou Sounds. Okay. Me. Just kidding. 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 So people ask, how can I help? How can I help? And they expect to, find some magical solution that's going to be overnight or something or a couple months, as if, I've been here for 2.5 years almost now doing this, not here because I got kicked out from the other hotel because they were negligent assholes and wanted more money for that room, so they needed to get me out. But anyway, people think, oh, well, I can just magically get her food and then she'll be fed. I can just magically, find her the right non-profit and then they'll get her housed. As if I have never been able to find those things, or look for those things, or thought of looking, is what I mean. I have been in poverty since I was, I don't even know how long, 16? Probably longer. I mean, my dad brought us here when I was 5. I'm 42 years old. Brought us here to the States, to Tampa, Florida. I was 5 years old. And he had $10,000 in savings to start our life. And everyone's like, build credit, build credit, build credit. So he rents all of that away. But he had, within a year or two, or whatever it was, I was 7, he had enough for a down payment for a house. So we get into this house. And those $10,000 are gone in the 80s, mind you. So keep that in mind for inflation purposes. Gone. He's working 2 jobs. Mom's working 1 job. We're neglected because we're displaced indigenous family. We don't have anyone here. My dad had his Jamaican Nicaraguan adoptive parents, but they were up in New York, I think, at that time, or Wisconsin. I don't know. I don't know when they moved or whatever. They never came to see us, right? So, So, yeah. And then, the abuse got worse. And this is, content warning, domestic violence. Take 55,000. Content warning, domestic violence. So, the abuse got worse in this new home. And worse from when he held a gun to my mom's head in front of my brother and I. Worse than that. This day. And it was all the time. And it was all from, trauma of going without. Because my dad was abandoned as a baby by his alcoholic mother because she was supposedly dying of cancer, right? And she recovered magically, got all her other kids, but not my dad, because she couldn't be bothered to look for him since he got adopted and shipped over to the Atlantic coast of Nicaragua. He was born in the Pacific coast, in the hospital, like the only hospital in that region. But his family was from where my mom was born, on the like one of the biggest ports on the Pacific. So, but it's a tiny little town, even though it's like an important boat like area. Anyway, so he has abandonment trauma. He had, you know, scarcity trauma basically because he was malnourished and just left to wander around the hospital or something. I don't even know. Like he was a ward of, of the state as a baby, while his mom was sick, and then he got adopted because his adoptive parents got wind of a child, and my misogynistic asshole grandfather needed a male heir because his daughter wasn't good enough. And, he got wind of a baby boy. And so they changed his date of birth, and he was a newborn. After, I think, it sounds like a fucking soap opera. I think Mom told me that they did something where, they were out on a trip for a long time or whatever, and then they come home with a baby, and then they pretend it's their child, and this is my dad. And his whole life he went without being told that he was adopted, but being treated like a fucking scapegoat because they scapegoated him. He wasn't blood related. So he was, scapegoated because the blood related child was the golden child, even though she wasn't the male heir, So then, because my father was probably autistic, because he had meltdowns and all sorts of stuff after they would throw plates at him for getting his clothes dirty when he would play outside, because he loved playing outside. They called him a wild child. I hate that word, by the way. But they couldn't domesticate my father. So they sent him off to boarding school. Who knows what he learned there? But anyway, this is what my father's nervous system carried. So guess what happened when, we're in this capitalistic society that hates him for being brown with his little Creole English accent. His brown skin. So, anyway, he took it out on us. Anytime Mom would try to take care of me, it would just ignite his whole nervous system and remind him of all the times that he was hurt and neglected and abandoned. But he didn't know this. I have figured this out from piecing it all together, from things that my mom told me about his past that she was told by him like it was a big joke, from things that his family told her whenever she would struggle and be scared, and she would relay information to them, with random reunions, once every couple of years. I don't even know. And everything I witnessed as a child, I was scapegoated because I was the chronically ill little, probably autistic girl who didn't fawn her way into conformity. I fawned my way into silence. My little golden child brother, though, he conformed to all the ways of whiteness very quickly. Not really quickly, but enough for my dad to favor him because, the little chronically ill girl, this reminded him of everything he hated about himself. Meaning my dad. Sorry, pronouns. I know, these are little clips, right, or something. I don't even know what I'm planning. But, so I've painted the picture for you guys. And let me tell you, when Dad left and Mom and I had to fend for ourselves because my little golden child brother, he was just out to discard us and slut shame me like my dad did. Once my dad was gone, my brother became my abuser. And I feel really weird putting this out there because a little voice in my head is like, oh, what if he doesn't give a shit about me. So let me tell my truth. If he can go and call me a liar, I don't give a shit. I'm already dying. I'm already in poverty. What else is he gonna take from me? Because he didn't give a shit when Mom was in the ER. No, not at all. So I hope it burns his pride to the ground and he gets all disgruntled. But anyway, I know what food banks are, and they cause me harm. I was in Christian cults that run all of these places locally, and they all fucking abused me. They all used me, and I was their little poster child of the little brown girl that we're gonna help with her bootstraps because she can't hold up her own bootstraps because she's so fucking stupid. Sorry, trigger warning, ableism. She's not smart enough to thrive. Mind you, my whole nervous system learned how to live in the most toxic environment. Not the most for anyone else, but the most toxic environment for me. My nervous system is wise enough to still have me here. And yes, it has caused CPTSD. And yes, I struggle to talk sometimes. I have selective mutism, but that mutism kept me alive. So I don't need some little white savioring brown person or whatever color person or whatever person who thinks they know better than me about my own life telling me where to go. I don't believe in being, individualistic, and I don't want to pretend that I don't need help. But when I say I need help, I tell you what kind of help I need. Because it's hard enough for me to even say, hey, something hurts. Because when I would do that, my mom would get backhanded in the face, screamed at, called stupid, useless, slut, all sorts of other shit, right in front of my face. Right in front of my face. So I don't easily say, I need help. But when I do fucking say it, I need you to hear the kind of help I need. Because I'm tired of being treated like I'm stupid or less than or don't fucking know how to take care of my life. I've survived 42 years in the most disgusting system that is made to erase me. I don't need you to tell me there's a better way, when all I need is for people to tell other people to keep me with some sort of stability so I can dig myself out with the help of people I trust, who know the situation, who love me, who have been with me day and night for the last 2 years, knowing what I go through, knowing who I am, knowing all my pains and hurts. I'm not trying to build intimacy with random people just to get help, just to get a little bit of help. No. What I'm asking for is for my community to uplift me right now so I can get back to the place I was where I could offer all of you more than what I can right now. And it hurts to to even think that those things had worth. But some part of me wants to say they did. You know, my music, my art, my writing, my streams, my vlogs. Capitalism says they're worthless. I don't want to say they're worthless. So I want to get back to doing those things. I want to get back to doing those things. And I want to get back to reminding myself to working on being the best self I possibly can. And doing the work that matters to my heart. Not begging for my life. Not fighting for you to see that I'm worth it. Not fighting for you to actually listen to what I'm asking. You want to help? Great. Here's how you can help. Share. Put words in the comments. Put it in your stories. I don't have anyone listen. It doesn't matter. Like, Instagram doesn't care how many people, like, will see it after you share. What Instagram and YouTube and all these little algorithms care about is how many people's attention it can get. So the little machines out there calculating my worth are like, oh my god, 5 people hit the share button. That means this is important. Oh my god, all these people are talking about what's on there. That means this can keep them on our app. This can keep them on our app. That is what the algorithm cares about. It doesn't care if you only have 2 people who follow you. It doesn't care if your account is private. It doesn't care if, like, you have no friends at all, which I care if you have no friends at all. That's sad. But what I'm saying, the little, these engagement things, they don't care what's on the other end. They care, like, how many buttons are hit. That's what they care about. And if you have cash, share cash. If you have cash to share is what I mean. Like, I don't want people neglecting themselves. But the more my stuff and my partner's stuff gets pushed out into the world, the more people who have a little bit to spare can all put that little bit together and help me consistently, either subscribing so that monthly I have something, or giving what they can in that moment. That's what helps. And the more that happens without me having to trigger myself and do shit like this, or my partner's brain turning into mush because he has racked his brain so much trying to look for words to be different every single time. Like, there's no creativity left in us. There is none left, and we've been doing this for 2 years. If you guys can stand up for me and make your own posts, we, like, throw flyers out at people all the time. Like, that spreads the word. Like, people do this for my other mutuals as well. Like, and that's all I ask. I ask for help in ways that, I know would help me. And the thing about sharing, because everyone's all like, well, it's not consistent, the money's gonna run out. But if you guys share, people know that I make music. People know that I draw. People know that I make graphics. People know that I'm a video editor. People know that I'm an audio editor. People know that I, like, do podcasts. People know that I make shit. And guess what my job is? Making shit. So people who need these things to be made are gonna find me. Like, do you guys not understand that? Do you guys not comprehend that? Long term, like, if you get me in the most perfect home ever, like some sort of house, and I own it, I still need monetary support to do those things. And as a disabled person, I need monetary support that I can do accessibly for me. That is what I need. Do you understand what sharing means? It's fucking free. It takes 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. You hit the repost. You hit the little arrow and stick it in your stories. You say some sort of thing. That's going to help me as an entrepreneur, as a small business. Glimmers descending from the sky, stardust from a